Hey there, Cheesemeisters, and welcome back to the Peach Pod After Dark. I am Jeff, and I slit the sheet I slit, and on the slitted sheet I sit. And joining me on the other end of the internet, my cuz-host.
I'm Leslie, and I want you to have my Zippo.
But you had that since the war.
I did not know which one to do from this, and I didn't prepare a Bernadette Peters impression, so you got... I like that one. That was fun.
That is good. Zippo. Yeah. I was going to stay home today. Look what I would have missed. A whole fill-up for a full lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what I love about this movie. It's okay. God, I didn't mean to use that as the way in, but here we are. This week, Cheesemeisters, we are talking about The Jerk. The 1979, the new phone book's here, masterpiece. Written by Steve Martin, Carl Gottlieb, and Michael Elias. Directed by Carl Reiner. Starring Steve Martin as Navin R. Johnson, Bernadette Peters as Marie, Caitlin Adams as Patty, Bill Macy as Stan Fox buying gas, Emmett Walsh as the madman, scratch my toes, and Jackie Mason as Harry Hartunian. We are watching this in conjunction with Season 4, Episode 31, Mr. Walsh Goes to Washington, Part 1, because there's a carnival in it. You ready for some spelling connections?
Oh, lay them on me.
All right. Steve Martin, who I just discovered recently was in the band played on. So this is like our third of him being a spelling connection that we didn't even know previously. So there's that. Emmett Walsh, who we did know was a spelling connection because he was our spelling connection in Fletch and in at least two other movies. So Raising Arizona being one of them. He's been a throughput for us. So Mabel King, his mother, she was on Fantasy Island. Richard Ward, his father, was on Starsky and Hutch. Dick Williams, Taj, his brother, the one who gave him the whole half bottle of lilac Vegetal. He was on an episode of Heart to Heart. Bill Macy was on an episode of The Love Boat. That's Stan Fox buying gas. Dick O'Neill was in an episode of Hotel. Maurice Evans was in an episode of Love Boat. Pepe Cerna, who was Mr. Nussbaum. He was in an episode of TJ Hooker. And David Landsberg was in an episode of Fantasy Island. So it's like, it's the whole fucking cast. There's a reason that I love this movie. Obviously, the stronger the spelling connection, the better the movie, I think, is what we're getting at here.
Of course.
The critics liked this movie quite a bit, 82%, and the public liked it a little bit more, 84% on the popometer. I like this movie 99.9%. Had you seen this movie before? I think you had said maybe you had seen it once during COVID, but it had blocked it out.
Yeah, so again, my brain is a scary place because I was talking to Walter about this and said, we're watching The Jerk. I've never seen it. And he went, we watched it in the pandemic. And I went, excuse me? And he went, no, we watched it. And I'm like, oh my God, my brain.
So I'm assuming you don't remember if you liked it or not the first time you saw it, if you don't even remember seeing it.
No, there's no way to remember.
Okay. So what did you think of this absurdist masterpiece?
I enjoyed it. So here's the thing, because I don't know if I put this pressure on myself or what, but I was like, but I don't love it as much as Jeff, but I don't think anyone could love this as much as Jeff.
Don't judge it on that scale. This strikes me exactly where I am.
Yeah.
This hits the heart of me as a human, this movie.
It was one of those where I was sitting, watching it and enjoying it, just sitting like a grandma, nodding and smiling along. Like, this is adorable. This is so funny. And then the cat juggler. The cat juggler moment got me.
Yeah. Could there be a god who would let this happen?
Oh my God. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's funnier, the transition from real kittens to Beanie Babies, or the people holding cats and then chugging tequila.
The holding big, like the fattest cats you've ever seen up in the air. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that part. I was home alone, and all of a sudden, I just burst out laughing like I hadn't
Uh,
laughed in days or something. Oh, it was so great.
that's awesome. Yeah, the cat juggling is amazing. And the cat juggling is a reference to like he would make a cat juggling joke in his stand-up act.
Okay.
Yeah, and so this is just that turned into real life, like actual. You can see what cat juggling is, which is like so silly.
And of course it's him. Like I
Yeah,
noted that too.
yeah,
That's
of
great.
course. Yeah, um, yeah. I'm glad you like the cat juggling.
Oh my
Um,
God, yes.
but by and large, you found the movie enjoyable.
Absolutely. No, I thought it was really funny, and like I don't know, it was just really interesting looking at, because obviously it is considered one of the funniest movies. Um
By me,
well, not even just by you. I was doing
I
some
know.
reading up on it, and I'm like, okay, this is a big deal. And um I don't know, I I feel like it's one of the rare slapsticks that I'm like, okay, yeah, of the of the comedies that you have loved the most, I haven't always loved or appreciated as much.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one, I'm like, I can see it a bit more. Like, it didn't
Okay.
hit me as I'm sure it hits you, but I
Mm-hmm.
still really enjoyed it. And like, I can see more clearly why this movie's a big deal.
Yeah. This is like I think if you are of my age, there is and you're a guy, I think the chances of you really liking the jerk are pretty high. I think the odds of it like becoming your north star um are pretty high if you have a specific sense of humor. I've heard our cousin Bill like talk about the movies that like he really found funny when he was a kid, and it's the same list of movies that I found funny when I was a kid.
Nice.
And this is on it. Like it's like he had. I think I don't know if I've told you this, but Steve Martin has told this story before that he met Elvis once,
Oh,
and Elvis like saw his show and invited him to come back. Or I think it was maybe opening for him. I don't know, something. It was, but Elvis saw him perform, and Elvis wanted to meet him, and he's like, "Son, I really liked your comedy. Boy, you have got an obtuse sense of humor."
yes, he
And
does.
he does, and so do I. And that is like I go, yeah, okay, I see exactly what this is. And I didn't know why it appealed to me, like the super silliness of it. Um, but it just did. Like it. Okay, here's what happens in this movie, Cheesemeisters. Before we just get into me gushing about it, um, this is the story of Navin R. Johnson. It is a rags to riches to rags story about a moron, basically. But not like he's not stupid. He's just sheltered. He doesn't understand the world, and he never has. He's always just been unaware. To the beginning of the movie is him as a bum on the street. He's going to tell his life story, and it starts with, "I was born a poor black child. I remember the days singing and dancing on my family porch." And they go back to that flashback, and he is surrounded by an entire black family. He is the only white person there. And they're all singing on the porch and playing a song, and um he has the most comedic rhythm you've ever seen anyone have. He's so ridiculously white.
Yes.
And it's like, I'm in. Like, I'm all the way in on the absurdity of the I was born a poor black child, the physical comedy of, and the specificity of the way he moves. Like, it is hard to be as arrhythmic as he is in that scene. And it's his birthday, so they give him his favorite meal, a tuna fish sandwich and mayonnaise, a couple of Twinkies, and a tab.
That didn't hit me until rewatching it, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's the whitest meal you could imagine. And he gets all upset and he goes crying in his room. God bless us, everyone. Fucking Tiny Tim reference. Come on.
Yeah.
And his mom comes in and tells him that he's not their natural born child and he's always going to stay that color. Come the fuck on with this. It's so silly. And but he did want to go out and sing the blues with his family because there's something about those songs. They depress him.
I know.
It's the blues, Navin. And all of this, and at his birthday, his dad gives him his Zippo that he's had since the war. And so Navin goes to bed where he hears easy listening jazz on the radio and notices that his feet are in time. He has rhythm. He can snap his fingers. And when he gets out of bed, holding it in front of him like it's a candle that might blow out is so great as just physical acting. Steve Martin's physicality is unmatched.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's so funny. But like, he has found the music that speaks to his whiteness.
Yes.
And so he's going to go see the world. Because if this is out there, who knows what else is out there? Right? And then he gets the shit from Shinola, the never trust Whitey, see a doctor and get rid of it advice.
Oh my God.
Before he proceeds to hitchhike. Which is hilarious. Cut to dinner later that night. I wonder how Navin's doing. And they ask him because he's hitchhiking by standing there.
Yep.
Like, and then his first ride takes him to the end of this fence. Like, it's one absurd, ridiculous thing after another for an hour and 45 minutes. He finally gets a ride into town and uses the Zippo to get into the bathroom because the bathroom's for customers only.
Oh, yeah.
And that's why this movie, I think, is genius. Because it's absurd, but all of it threads and it builds off of the things that happened. Like, he can't get the job at Hartunian's gas station unless he has something that he can fill up. And he only has something to fill up because his dad gave him the lighter.
Mm-hmm.
And so then the story evolves from real things. And you're like, it's absurd. I mean, like, the key to the bathroom is attached to like an entire hub of a wheel that so he doesn't steal. It's so dumb. And it's absurd, but it's not just a bunch of nonsense.
Yeah.
So it's like smart absurdity.
Yeah.
And that's why I love it. Like, that's what it is about this movie that hits me so hard and made me laugh so hard is like, I knew you could be silly.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could be silly and smart at the same time. And that's what Steve Martin is. And that's what this movie is. That's what Monty Python is. And it's what Airplane. Yeah. Airplane is sillier than it is smart, but it's both. It's
Mean Girls.
Those Mean Girls. Yeah.
I know they're not of the same caliber, but I'm going to throw it in there anyway, because I mean, again, you want to talk about foundational movies like Mean Girls for comedies, like that is foundational to me.
There you go. Yeah, and like that movie, I liked that movie, although as we discussed, I didn't like it when the girls were being mean to each other. It's kind of tough to watch a movie called Mean Girls when you got a problem with girls being mean, but
I know.
here we are.
We all have our crosses to bear and our legs to uncross.
That's what I'm saying. But it's like that movie vibrates on your frequency. Like exactly on your frequency, just like this one does for me.
Clue vibrates on both of our frequencies.
It does. Yeah, it does. Clue is also smart and absurd.
Absolutely.
You know, like the difference between the two, I mean, there's many, I think, but the difference is like the pace of the joke in Clue is way faster.
Yes.
I think the depth of the joke in The Jerk is much deeper. Mm-hmm. Because it all the things could be just like one level funny. And then, so the scene, I could go any number of places, but I was gonna go right to he hates these cans, but I don't. I want to stay with Mrs. Nussbaum's credit card for a minute, because he's left alone to run the gas station that he works at now, and on a Sunday. But he's so dumb, he just knows what he's been told, which is got to have a credit card, because, you know, all the cash is left up. No, got a lot of cash, but you flash this kind of wad in front of some people, they'll kill you for it. Like, it's so ridiculous. And like, that could have been the joke, right? And then it's like, but we got to, so they're purse thieves. So they're going through the purses and they find a credit card, and he goes, okay, Mrs. Nussbaum, to the car full of 3 Mexican men. And it's like the joke just keeps going down in levels. And then he picks up the newspaper and discovers immediately that Mrs. Nussbaum's credit card has been stolen. Like, that's so dumb. And he's like, I gotta go call the cops. And this whole scene just devolves into I saw this trick in a movie once. Would you like to know the movie, Cheesemeisters? American Graffiti, ever heard of it? We did a whole episode on it.
Yep.
And he goes and he hooks and he pulls us, and the scene ends with the car pulling a small church down the street.
It's fabulous.
Like, it just, and it's like one dumb thing builds on top of another dumb thing until, no, they may not be here exactly when you get back, but it's a blue Chevy 2-door traveling south on Grotata Street. No, I can't quite make out the license number, but it's pulling a small church. So yeah, I figure any blue Chevy 2-door pulling a small church, I think that'd be the one. Yeah. Like, it goes so deep into the absurdity. And then it ends the only way that it can, which is him, like, you know, just giving a description to the cops.
Yep.
Like, moving on. And then he's getting yelled at for that, and the new phone book arrives. Which is like,
doesn't matter anymore because he's in print.
Yeah, that name in print. This type of spontaneous publicity that makes people. And it does, because a lunatic comes to try to shoot him.
Oh my God.
And that scene is, if there are 5 funnier things in the world than the he hates these cans scene, I don't want to know about them.
He hates these cans.
Stay away from there's cans in there too. More cans. Like, it just keeps building, and then till he drives away on a car with no tires.
Yeah.
Very slowly, and joins a carnival, but the shooter won't follow him because there's a sign that says carnival personnel only, and he's not carnival personnel.
Damn.
Yeah. He's not carnival personnel. Then he joins a circus, guesses weight, gets blowjobs. But while he was back at the gas station, he invented the Opti grab. Opti for from the eye and grab from where you grab it. And now he's a millionaire, but he's an idiot still. But he's super smug about it. Like, he's just got a swagger. And then he gets sued because the Opti grab makes everybody cross-eyed, and Carl Reiner doesn't yell cut in time, and those actors died. Which is
that was great.
That the proof that the secret to comedy is timing is that cut. Like if he didn't say cut at all, it would just be them dying. But right when the car hits, he goes cut, and it's so fucking perfect. So yeah, it's like if an idiot went rags to riches, back to rags again, and all of
This is that movie.
All of it is my shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. Tell me things that you want to talk about this movie, because I can just babble.
Oh my God. I honestly don't know. I don't know what I could talk about with this, because I kind of feel out of my element. I don't feel in the know enough to talk about comedy. I mean, Cheesemeisters, you know what I'm going to say. I loved the dog. Like,
Shithead's the best.
He's a lifesaver. Fire! Fire!
Fire! Fire! Fire!
It just, every time he yells, "Hey, shithead!" And then the dog comes running, and he's so good, and he's helpful, and he's sweet. And I really thought that dog was played by the same dog who was Sandy and Annie.
Oh, they're similar.
They're very similar. I don't think they're the same. But this could have been in what else, but it's fine. I did find out there is no dog trainer listed on this movie on IMDb. So
okay,
that's interesting. They had a whole group of people who were uncredited. There's no dog trainer, and I'm like, that can't be right. Like,
interesting.
That just can't be right.
They probably had somebody. Yeah,
they
I don't know, maybe that was a thing that you didn't like. That like maybe like the crediting process wasn't as like defined, and shit just like slipped through, in the late 70s. I don't know.
From the older stuff we have watched, and because I mean, even the costume, one of the costumers, if not the designer, the wardrobe lady for Psycho, was written as uncredited on IMDb. So it's pretty fascinating. I don't know the rules. It's probably one of those things where they were like, we'll just list the people who are on screen, and then the crew was like, what about us? There's more of us. And they here's how the arts work, people. They don't acknowledge you until you make a fuss, and then they're like, okay, fine. Like, I say
that's how most things work.
It's how any group. Did we know Newsboys existed? No, we didn't. And then they yelled in the past, but we learned about it.
Now we know all about the papes and how Joey Pulls sucks.
Headlines for sell papes. Newsies sell papes.
Newsies sell papes, yo.
I love the Bernadette Peters of it all in this. She's adorable.
The two of them together are super fun.
They are.
And the when she's like, well, first of all, have you seen a little boy with a T-shirt that says bullshit on it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's so funny. And we'll talk about this and what else, but in the edited for TV version, which is the one I saw like over and over again for the first 15 years of me knowing about this movie.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
You never heard the dog's name?
No, I didn't. The dog's name was Stupid. Yeah, they changed it to Stupid. But he has a T-shirt on that says bullshit on it.
Nice.
Which is so great. And I'd like a T-shirt that says bullshit on it. It just makes me happy. Yeah, it makes me happy. Yeah, she's great in it. And them singing, which is like, they go on the date and they sing You Belong to Me.
Yeah.
And they sing the whole song, and the whole thing is a setup for her to play the trumpet on the beach out of nowhere, which is a setup for him to talk about when he wanted to kiss her going through the valves and coming up against her lips, and her asking why he didn't. And he said, because I didn't want to get spit on me. Like,
Yeah.
what? It's so dumb. But it also, like, their relationship leads to the 9 weeks and 5 days when it's only been 5 weeks and 3 days monologue.
Oh my God. That was
It's
something else.
which is like the funniest, like, that's the funniest stuff to me in this movie. Is the over explaining he does
Mm-hmm.
about everything that's happening in this movie. Like when he shows him into the public toilet, and he's like, "This is perfect. I'll switch this wall out, and it'll create a nice flow, and I'll hang the book, and it'll be nice because I can sit over here." And like, way too much explanation for like the dumb thing that's in his head.
Or the description of the house, like, remember how I always said I wanted to
Yes,
have orange curtains that and in a room that was this long? I mean, super
yeah,
specific. I always
yeah,
dreamed of having a 19-foot pool. I don't know.
right. And a disco room with fancy friend, and another room with fancy friends, and
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's all so overly specific that it's just like, yeah, that's what I want. Like, I want
I don't need
someone.
anything but this lamp.
That's right, the lamp and the
This
paddle
lamp,
game
the
and the remote
matches.
control for sure. I don't need one. I need this. It's just like, I want the quiet part said out loud sometimes, and that's what this movie is over and over and over again. Like when he tells the guy all the things he can win, which is like, to this side of the bicentennial cup that includes the thimbles but not the erasers, like anything
Yes.
in these 3 inches. Again, it's too much. It's too much explanation, and that's why it's awesome, because he just has to tell you every thought that's in his head.
Mm-hmm.
Um, how familiar are you with Steve Martin's stand up?
Oh, not familiar enough.
Okay. Also foundational. Those albums to me are like, I listened to them till I could recite them. And this movie it's his first movie, and it's an extension of sort of the character he plays on stage, because his stand-up stuff is um basically he's playing a bad comedian who doesn't know he's bad and is super confident in his own abilities.
Okay.
So the jokes they're real dopey, but he thinks they're hilarious. And it's this weird performance art thing. And it's and so it's like as a stand-up, he has this like total lack of self-awareness. Like, he
Mm-hmm.
doesn't get that he's not great at this. He's so overly confident that he's just selling the shit out of it, and he's
Yeah.
great. Like, such a funny comedian. And you don't have to even understand that that's what he's doing, because I don't think I did, like, until I was 40, that like that's what was happening in there, because I heard him talk about it. I was like, fuck me, that's exactly what that is. Um for it to land and for it to be really, really funny. But Navin Johnson is basically that character if he went from rags to riches to rags.
Got
Like,
it.
total lack of self-awareness. Like, he doesn't know anything, but he doesn't know that he's dumb.
Yeah.
Like, you'll pay me $1.10 if I work here an hour. Like, then I'll be president of Texaco Oil. Like, he has no idea that he doesn't know the things he doesn't know.
No.
But then when you give him money, he's super entitled and thinks he knows everything because he invented the OptiGrab. Like,
Yep.
he did the dumbest thing possible and made a bunch of money, which, not for nothing, this movie's a bit of an indictment of the wealthy.
Good.
100%. But it's just like, I think that's why this is his funniest movie to me, is that it's so close to the tone of the stand-up that it just, like, all of it lands for me, and it builds on itself, and then he sings the Thermos song, which is, come on, he wrote her a song about a thermos.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the movie, he trades everything he has for a thermos. Come on.
I know, that was sweet.
This is a movie. Like, it's not just a bunch of silly nonsense thrown at the screen. It's a story. And it's well done. And it's sweet. And it's super dumb.
Yeah, I feel like, I don't know how many comedians had done this beforehand, but obviously many have done it since, where you take a character of yours, either from your stand-up or, say, someone on SNL, if you have a character you often visit. Hello, Wayne's World. Like, and then you turn it into a movie. And I haven't seen enough of these types of films, but I feel like, at least in recent years, they haven't done as well. Mm. But this one is really good, you know, like, because there's a full story, you know, and it somehow it all makes sense. And I think what also helps it is that it is, even though of course there is some heart to it, like it stays with the jokes, you know.
It's so silly. Yeah.
Like, sometimes I feel like where some comedies lose it a bit is when they try to put in either too much of a message, or there's a heavy moment because they're like, no, we have to have a serious moment. Like, no, you fucking don't.
No. Just
give us laughs.
The serious moment in this movie is he is sued for $10 million and convicted by a cross-eyed jury and sentenced by a cross-eyed judge who bangs his gavel and knocks over his own name tag. And Navin then has to write 9 million checks by hand for $1.09.
Yep.
And that's ridiculous. And this is the nadir of the film. Like, then she comes in and she's sobbing because she just heard a song that reminded them of The Way We Were. It was The Way We Were.
The Way We Were.
Which is so dumb.
Oh, it's great.
I mean, and then when he storms off, he does the whole ping pong paddle remote controlled chair bit. Like, the saddest part of the movie is abjectly silly from second to second to second to second. It never lets go of the silliness.
Even when he says, I only need my dog.
I don't even need my dog.
Need my dog.
And then it gets to him back present day on the street, and they pull up and they're like, any of you bums heard of Navin R. Johnson? I was just telling these guys. His family shows up and rescues him off the street, and he's like, how'd you find me? And they were like, I don't know, this is the first place we looked.
Yeah.
Come on. And they'd been saving all of the checks he sent him, and his dad had leveraged himself in soybeans and hog futures, and they were rich, and Marie was with them, and it's like the happiest of endings, but she won't give him a kiss because he smells too bad. Like, it just, the jokes never fucking stop.
Okay, that's so real, though. Like, I can't tell you how many times either I'm watching a film or someone else comments on something in a film where they're like, they're kissing right now, you know they smell. And I'm like,
right.
That's a brilliant, that's not even just funny, it's smart. Like,
yeah.
Anyway, you know.
Yeah.
Like, anytime I talk about other intimacy moments, it's, you know, like, this would be the reality of the situation. They might, like, it's not going to be one big sweeping thing. So yeah, I love the, oh, you need a shower.
Yeah, the dirt doesn't bother me, but the smell does.
Yes.
Oh.
Amazing.
Yeah. it's just fucking glorious, this movie. Have I told you, and I think this lies at the heart of it, and the fact that it's absurdist but not stupid, and that the jokes come out of the story and the characters and all that. We've talked about the South Park episode where they talk about how much they hate Family Guy.
I don't recall.
Okay, I feel like we have, but not everybody hears everything. Maybe whoever's listening to this, today's Cheesemeister might not have been that episode's Cheesemeister. I don't know.
But I would love in in the future where someone's screaming at the podcast right now, going, "You've definitely told her. Why don't you fucking remember?"
I know,
but today's not that day.
That's okay. It's this whole episode where Matt and Trey were so tired of people telling them that they probably loved Family Guy when they actually hated it.
Oh, wow.
And the whole episode, it's Cartman. It's South Park complicated. Like, Cartman is going to... The Family Guy was going to have Allah on an episode. And they pulled it because of fatwa and things like that. And so Cartman wanted them to keep Allah in the show, and he wanted them to do it because he hated the show and wanted it to get canceled. But he went to convince them to do it because it's a First Amendment issue, because that's how Cartman does it. He's like, you should fight for your rights, but really what he wants is for them to get in trouble and canceled because he hates it. And the reason he hates it is that it does all those jump cutaways to, like, this reminds me of the time that I had lunch with Emmanuel Lewis at the Eiffel Tower, and then it cuts to this random scene of that happening. And they're like, all of our jokes in South Park come out of the characters and the things that they want and the circumstances they find themselves in, not this random nonsense that happens in this show. And when Cartman goes to talk to the writers, it turns out that they're just porpoises in a tank hitting beach balls into the air.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So it's like the beach ball for, like, lunch and the beach ball for Emmanuel Lewis and the beach ball for Eiffel Tower go up in the air, and that's the scene. And so to them, it's just silliness for the sake of silly, and not comedy that comes out of story and character and situation. And that's what this is. Like, The Jerk is not just silly. Just silly is fine. Like, there are things that are just silly. But it is just silly, and it's silly in service of a story that also serves the silly. And it's because it does all of those things at the same time. And the jokes go from here to 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 here before the scene is over. Like, that's what's so great, I think, about this. That's why I think I love it so much. Is it just like, I didn't know you could make jokes like that.
Yeah.
Where it just builds on itself and is smart but dumb. Like, that's the best. That's the best to me. Do you want to talk about some intimacy?
Absolutely. We're going to dive into, some of my favorite. You know what? We've talked about comedic intimacy so much on this, and it's just giving me a newfound appreciation because there's so much more variety in it than I realized, and I'm sure many other people realize, because I think people get caught up in the, like, let's just do crazy shit with our tongues, which, of course, there is a tongue moment in this, which is disgusting. I'm just going to dive right in because I read he improvised that, and I went, that looked improvised.
Right.
But I think they were also together at the time, so I'm like, I mean, not to, like, don't assume your partner's boundaries or whatever, but again, I'm projecting.
Sure.
He full on licks her face.
Yes.
Which is even funnier when you consider earlier he had said, well, I didn't want to get spit on me. But it's funny for how quickly it happens and just Bernadette Peters fighting to act through the shock and disgust of it, like, make this your character.
But here's I mean, I understand the intimacy piece of it, but he's never kissed anybody before. And we know that because Patty won't kiss him. Like, he asks her, do you think we'll ever know each other well enough to kiss? She will blow him and fuck him, but she will not kiss him. And so when he gets a chance to kiss her, he doesn't know what he's doing.
Got it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I completely spaced on the whole she's not kissing him thing, because I think they had that conversation when they're up in the Ferris wheel thing.
When it's shaking.
And the audio was kind of funky at the start of it. I'm going to be all over the place with this.
That's fine.
Okay, so just some moments that I love but don't necessarily like need an icy person, although if you want their eye on it, great. But I love in the beginning when he's being hugged by Mabel King, which, like, I want a hug from Mabel King.
Yeah.
That looks like the perfect hug.
You want her to tell you that she'd love you if you were the color of a baboon's ass, don't you?
Maybe. Okay.
I kind of do too.
Held and told people are proud of me. But like, she's hugging and swaying, and he is, trying to snap and just and feel better. And I mean, it's just funny. It is an adorable, hilarious look at a mother-son moment.
And she's patting him on the back, trying to give him the rhythm.
Yes.
Like, it's really sweet, and he cannot do it.
No.
It's just so fun. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
This movie did such a good job with taking, endearingly sweet, intimate moments and, like, turning them to just absolute hilariousness.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. Now I'm going to go in order of the movie. Navin and Patty. Mm-hmm. Oh my God. I love how, she makes him stand up, put his arms up, and then like starts massaging his butt. I thought just the picture they were creating here was really interesting. Like, we only see his back.
Yeah.
And then he's talking, and I wrote it out. Oh, she throws him on the bed, and you hear this rip of fabric, and she just throws herself on him, but like not even a way to suggest that like, oh, she actually like got on him. But and also the amount of it, the audio was hilarious in itself, because I mean, you see his pants still on, so whatever she's ripping off, it's not that much material. Like, and it's just absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
And of course, then you have there are so many funny, clever ways that they did intimacy in this without showing anything explicit. Like the shaking of the mobile home that she's in. And then the shaking of the Ferris wheel, which, I was thinking about, vocal intimacy for this, and like, when just how vocal intimacy has to be, like anything, it has to be different when you talk about or work it on set as opposed to on stage. Because if you're working it on stage, you're talking to people who are going to be doing it every single night. We're seeing them doing it, or we're hearing them in the moment. Whereas like, they've shot this scene, or they've shot people up in that thing moving it, but they haven't been saying it. They're saying that over like ADR later. And so you have to talk through that scene and go, hey, this is what's happening in this moment. So, maybe breathe between each line.
Sure. Something. Yeah.
Like, it's because I think I've discussed it on here before too. And I always get worried about demonstrating, because when you talk about vocal intimacy, you think like porn automatically, but in workshops, it's really fascinating, because a lot of it is just talking about playing with breath and like what kind of breath, like how long do you inhale versus like just like length of an inhale or length of an exhale, and changing that up and like playing with it, hearing it. And then you like throw in various sounds that you could be making too, like, doing it on
Oh.
yeah, like is it on a consonant? A consonant's probably going to be funnier than a vowel. A vowel is going to
Sure.
sound much more sensual, and this is a comedy, so you want to play with consonants more. I'm guessing. I'm playing around here.
Yeah, do it.
But yeah. Um let's see. Yeah, I loved that Ferris wheel moment.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, just all the touching of her face, but then there's a lot of playful avoidant intimacy, like when they're in their little beach cave and I think he was going in to kiss her, but she's trying to avoid him,
Yeah.
and do the thing like kids do when one wants to kiss and the other doesn't. They're like,
And then it ends with a.
I thought,
and they both roll off exhausted. Yeah.
okay, I watched that scene and I thought they parodied violent intimacy and made it funny.
Yeah.
And like that sounds extreme, but that's the vibe I got, because again, he is trying to, he is a comedy, but he is playfully trying to, like, move in on her space and commandeer her and take her, and she's like, no, I don't want. But they're like this hilarious back and forth, and it's just like watching children play a game.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, you're right, like the funny roll off of like, was that good for you?
Yep. But then she finds out that he has a special purpose.
I loved that. That was so
Wasn't that
funny.
great?
Oh.
And the letter he writes home to Grandma.
Yeah.
I found out what my special purpose is for.
Yeah.
And I'll probably be able to send more money next week, as I'm going to have more work. My friend Patty promised me a blowjob.
Incredible.
That Patty sounds like a sweet girl. I agree.
I think the last thing I had for Adventures in Intimacy was we get another example here of a fun way of avoiding complete nudity when he runs out of that house
with the dogs,
with Shithead covering his front, his genitals, and then anyone else could have flashed ass, but Steve Martin said no and picked up another dog to cover his ass. I mean,
to cover his butt. It's so
it may
silly.
not have had anything to do with his boundaries, but it was hysterical either way. Like,
yeah,
it was so
funny.
Brilliant. Like, because to see someone struggle, and again, that plays more into reality. Like, you probably want to cover both sides. You're out in public. You're in your.
That's what's so great about it. It's logical. Like,
yes.
if you're a guy who just picked up a dog to cover your genitals, and you get out in the street and you're like, oh no, now my ass is out, there's another dog. Like, it all makes perfect sense if you're him. If you're that guy, the dog thing makes perfect sense, and that's why it's so fucking funny.
Yeah. No, I think that's got to be one of the funniest things in comedy is when there's nudity and it's like, no, why show them when it's funnier to show the thing they're trying to cover themselves with. Like, I'm thinking of in the Pink Panther when he's at the nudist colony, and I forget what he like uses to cover himself with, but it's something really funny. And also, like, Drew Barrymore in Charlie's Angels, she has this float that she's covering herself with. Like, this is everywhere. And I think this is definitely one of my favorites, though, because he's using dogs.
He's using 2 dogs. Yeah, it's so silly. I love it. It's great. Yep, 100%.
And then he puts one down and he backs up.
Yep. Yeah, because he didn't want to steal the dog. It's not his dog.
Yeah, no, it was, again, logical.
Yeah. Yeah, it all makes sense if you're Navin R. Johnson. Any other intimacies?
I
Any
don't think so.
any intimacies in knife throwing?
Oh my God.
Throw
No.
them
That's
good and
a
hard
fight.
so they'll stick.
Jesus. That's a fight choreographer's job.
One, two, three, four, five, six.
Yeah.
She's very funnily drunk in that scene. Um,
Oh yeah.
all right, would you like to go with me into my Grecian statue backyard, where
Oh,
Needle Drop Forest is
absolutely.
located? Here's all I want to say. I'm picking out a thermos for you. Not an ordinary thermos for you, but the extra best thermos you can buy with vinyl and stripes and a cup built right in. Oh, I'm picking out a thermos for you. And maybe a barometer too. And what else can I buy? So on me you'll rely. A brand new thermometer too.
Aww.
The thermos song is the greatest. Um, And of course, I memorized that like the first time I saw this movie.
Of course.
Yeah.
I was quite partial to Tonight You Belong to Me. That moment is honestly that might be my favorite intimate moment between them. Like it's
Mm-hmm.
always gonna be people singing, you know.
Yeah.
There's nothing sweeter and there's nothing that'll make you fall in love with the person faster.
Mm-hmm.
Oof. Uh
And that scene's great too because it like one it lets her sing, which Bernadette
yes.
Peters as the voice of an angel, and it lets Steve Martin sing, which he can do, but also it doesn't let him play the banjo, but he gets to play the ukulele. And
Yeah.
that is so it's like he has so many talents, this guy, um that like not only is he like a world-class banjo player
Yeah.
and a hysterical stand-up comedian, he's a magician, he's an excellent writer, he's quite a good dramatic actor, um he is just, and he's a brilliant comedian. And like, there's nothing that Steve Martin, I don't think, can't do. Like,
So annoying.
I know, but like that's why he's kind of like, and even have you heard of what he used to do? I've never met Steve Martin. I would love to meet Steve Martin. But he did this thing like he used to be like if you went up to him and asked for like an autograph or a picture, he wouldn't give you one, but he would give you a business card. And on the card, it was like a letter or a card, and it would say, "This certifies that I have met Steve Martin and found him to be charming and funny." And
Nice.
yeah, and so like he had these cards because he just didn't want to do it. He didn't want to talk to everybody all day long,
Of
and he was
course not.
the biggest. No one had been a bigger stand-up comedian than Steve Martin when Steve Martin was at his zenith. Like he was the
Wow.
first person to play like arenas.
Wow.
And like he went like he's famous. You've got the picture of Steve Martin in the white suit like in your
Yes.
head as yeah, with like maybe the bunny ears or the arrow through the head.
That or the arrow, yeah.
Yeah. He wore the white suit because he didn't think people could see him if he was wearing like a black suit because it was so far away, like it was
Wow.
to be seen. Um, and it worked and it became iconic. But that's how big he was as a stand up in the late 70s. So and then the three albums like the Wild and Crazy Guy, Comedy Isn't Pretty, and Let's Get Small are masterpieces. Like they're just from start to finish one great bit after another. Um, and I just like this dude might be my hero. You know what I
Oh,
mean?
totally.
Like, and I don't want to have heroes. Heroes are bad because you find out they're like
Yeah.
they're Bill Cosby or something. Um, that happened to me. Found that one out. Um,
Yeah.
just as an example. But like, no, I love Steve Martin, and I was kind of nervous to talk about this movie because of how much I love it. Like, am I going to be able to talk about this movie well enough?
I
You
mean,
know?
that's why I was nervous, but for how well you'd be able to talk about it, I was like, there's gonna be nothing I can add to this.
I feel bad. I
Like,
just rambled for an hour, but
but like I kind of needed you to, because I did not feel, again, I just did not feel like there was anything I could add to it that you would not have already known or found fascinating.
right.
Like, I could not offer new perspectives on this. Like, listen, it's been an okay mental health week. Doesn't mean I feel more competent on comedy
Mm,
or Steve Martin. Like, I love the guy, but I do not know him and his
right.
oeuvre like you
He,
do.
he he did not become like your comedy everything when you
No,
were
and
15 years old, which is
you know,
that's what
comedy is
happened.
something I very much want to explore, but it's so intimidating because, you know, those people are incredibly smart. Like,
Mhm.
dying is easy, laughter is harder.
Yeah, yeah, and and Steve Martin is funny and smart funny,
Hmm.
and but also just like he leans into silly so well, and always has, and I love smart silly. It just
Me too.
it's there's nothing better than that for me. Um, all right, what else time? Is this anyone's defining role?
I think logically it is Steve Martin's,
Mm-hmm.
but as we have said, for me, it's not. It's so wrong. What, like, his later stuff is what I know him
Cheaper by
best
the
for.
dozen too.
Fuck no. Fuck no. Oh my god, how dare you? I'm insulted. No, like
Non,
Father of the Bride,
yeah,
it's complicated and now only murders,
yeah,
you know.
yep. We'll watch more Steve Martin because I like not all of his movies are great. Some of them are just like, all right. Like
Yeah.
you needed to make Sergeant Bilko because you had to make Pay Your Mortgage. Whatever. I get it.
Oof.
But man, there are some gems.
I
Um,
believe it.
just there's some things that like there's a movie All of Me where he is half possessed by Lily Tomlin,
Yes.
and so he's arguing with himself. She's controlling one half of his body, but he's controlling the other half. And there are scenes where it's just him fighting against himself, like
Yeah.
some of the most brilliant physical comedy you've ever seen. And we talked recently about my idea for Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid that I think we should 100% do. Um,
Absolutely.
so yeah, there'll be plenty of reasons to watch more Steve Martin movies. But this was the first one that I loved best.
Makes sense.
So yeah, um, I think it might be his defining role.
Probably.
Even though it's his first, it's either that or the wild and crazy guy from like the stand up routine. Just the
Mm,
white suit and the you know like all that
yeah.
energy. Um, might be that. For a long time, Emmett Walsh was this guy for me. He was the
Oh,
scratch my toes. Um, uh, but I don't know if anybody. Oh, Stan Fox buying gas. If I see that guy in anything, he's Stan Fox buying gas.
yeah. I feel like the cameo roles for sure could be this could
Mm-hmm.
be their standout role, but like Bernadette Peters, I know her more for her Broadway
Sure.
work.
Yeah.
Like obviously I knew her first as Lily St. Regis and Annie, but like as I was watching this, and just again, it's so fun to get to watch her in her early days in
Mm-hmm.
any of her work. We got to see her on Broadway this last year.
Ooh.
Yeah, but I mean, and again, I say this because of having seen that. She is Dot from Sunday in the Park with George.
Yes, I've seen that performance because of the PBS movie, whatever that they did of it. And that is the only thing I know of her Broadway work. It's the only thing I've seen.
Oh
Um,
wow.
but I
Highly
mean, I know.
recommend Into the Woods. Um,
Okay.
but yeah, just her and Mandy Patinkin is
Sure.
some of the most moving shit you will ever see.
Uh-huh.
I can't think of a better word. Like it's beautiful
It
and it's
is.
upsetting at the same time.
Yeah, no, it totally is. Yeah, no notes. You guys did a good job on Sunday in the Park with George, Mandy
Oh
Patinkin,
my
and Bernadette Peters. You did a good job.
god.
Now that I've told you, you know it.
I'm
Because if it
glad they
hadn't occurred
finally
to
know
you,
it.
I know they should have known it a
Also,
long time ago.
I'm super embarrassed that it took this movie for me to realize, oh, she really can play the bugle.
Oh
Because
yeah, yeah,
she did it in the show we saw, and I'm so used to, I don't know, I
yeah.
guess I'm getting used to
Acting,
performers being crap now and not doing as much as they used to because none of us are from vaudeville anymore.
right?
Um, or some of us don't have enough money to keep up with our skills. It's fine. But no, she really can play the bugle. I was
That's
like, well, I
awesome.
feel stupid now.
I know that's great. She's the best.
She
Um,
is.
so as mentioned earlier, I saw this primarily off of like a cable TV version of it, and
Hmm.
it has your normal edits. You know, your bullshit becomes bullshit. Um, your shithead becomes stupid. You know, that kind of stuff. Um, but this movie has weird edits. Um, there's two different scenes of people coming in and asking him for money beyond the cat juggling scene that are in TV but not in this version of the movie. There's a guy who comes in and shows him some horrible pictures and he just gives him money so that he goes away. He's like, I don't want to see that. You know, like
Yeah.
pays him to leave. And there's another guy comes in, big fat Texas dude, and he's all sad because his the seats on his airplane, the leather's cracking,
Oh
and
no.
he had to. I was so goddamn embarrassed. I had friends on there the other day, and I had to put the goddamn towel on the seat, tell him the seat was wet. He's like, "You want money for your leather seats on your plane?" And I've got people in here sucking rocks, and but of course he gives him the money. Um, but there's like added scenes in the edited for TV version, which is quite odd. Um,
That
there's
is
an
strange.
extra, yeah, there's an extra line when he's like, not even for $1.10 an hour, and then he goes, "You'll pay me $1.10 if I work here an hour," which is
Yeah.
like a really stupid, like, what? Why would you need to? Okay, but you figured it out. Um, but they also cut out the scene where he's doing the whole bathroom. He walks from that into the closet and he's like, it's perfect. I won't have to change a thing.
Oh, got it.
Like they cut out the part where he's gonna like put the shelf of books by the urinal so he can sit over here and the customers can pee and he can read and it's like that's not in it. Um, there's more stuff with Bernadette Peters after he saves Billy from the thing.
Oh.
Where he calls Billy a little Dickens and like ruffles his hair and she says that so is he and gives him a kiss.
Oh.
So it's like there's like this little extra stuff and they cut out almost all of the sex stuff with Patty. Like all of the dirty stuff she says gets cut out. So you
Wow.
almost don't know what's happening. Like if you're like a 13-year-old kid and they're already being obtuse about the sexual contact, when they remove all of the references to it as well, it's super weird. So
It's examples like that make me wonder if it's even worth it to put on TV then if you are going to make so many weird edits and corrupt the story. Like
yeah,
you could be turning away. I mean, what if one of our airmen never saw The Jerk and never liked The Jerk
that's what I'm
because they
saying.
saw a made for TV edit?
Well, I will say this in defense of the made for TV edit, it worked for me. Like
Well, that's
it,
good.
yeah, all the silly was still there. It's better. Like, although I would like it if they put the towel, the guy who wants to get his airplane fixed. I'd like it if that went back in. Um, there's no reason to cut that out. It's funny. Um, but it's just the movie makes more sense without the things cut out of it. Um,
Yeah.
and Shithead is a funny dog name. It's funnier than Stupid, and Stupid's pretty funny.
Yeah. It's, man, what a time.
Mm-hmm.
used to alter. There might still be stations, I'm sure, that still alter the language, but like John Oliver did a bit this week. Like, really, we're really still bleeping out shit.
Of course.
Like, we're
Yeah.
really still not letting people say this. I think youth are aware of these words.
They've heard them. Yeah,
Yeah.
once or twice. They might have even said them. The last thing I have for what else time is the notion of pizza in a cup. I I don't know what that is. This pizza in the cup guy is so much better. He drove the old guy out of business, and his place is decorated with the pizza in a cup logos from the old guy because he got driven out of business. So he's got his posters hanging up in the wall. I think I just kind of figured pizza in a cup was a real thing.
Oh,
Like,
really?
why? I mean, why wouldn't it be a real thing? Like, I could see the benefit of eating pizza out of a cup. It's all gonna taste the same, but like, your hands don't get greasy. Like, I could see
I
that being
mean,
a carny food, but I don't think
you
it's
know
real.
what? New Yorkers need that in the wintertime when so that they can keep, because New
Yeah,
Yorkers like to eat pizza standing for reasons.
sure.
Um, and it's going to get cold really quickly if you're just holding it. So if you have it in a nice steaming hot mug,
Uh huh.
then you still get to stand and eat it that way. And the resident New Yorker is looking at me like I'm insane. This makes more sense than you all folding it.
Yeah, tell her pizza in a cup. Open a pizza in a cup place. See, that's what it is. There's your next job venture. Open a pizza in a cup place.
No, thank you.
You
I
make a
have,
bajillion dollars.
oh my God. I don't know how anyone opens a pizza joint or a coffee joint in this town. I'm like, don't we
Well, you
already
do
have
it.
a
You do
million?
it different. You do it. You pizza in a cup.
I mean, I guess it's no different than
Stays
like,
hot.
I don't know if you've seen on Pinterest, but like you could do, a brownie in a mug. If
Sure.
you're just making it for yourself, just make it in a
Yeah, I've
mug
seen that
instead
for
of making
sure.
a whole tray.
Yeah, I've seen
Make
that.
a whole goddamn tray.
Eat your brownies, kids. They're yummy. Um,
Yeah.
the pizza in a cup though is like the walking taco or the like the or the Frito chili. Have you ever had like
Oh,
like
I've
people will
seen it.
they'll open up a bag of Fritos and they'll dump chili in it and then you eat the chili and the Fritos out of there because Fritos and chili is great. Um, it
But
is.
it doesn't
You,
melt the bag?
I guess not. I don't know. I mean, I didn't invent it, but it exists,
Okay.
so I guess
You
not.
I retract my jab about you all walking and eating pizza folded. I think chili in a Fritos bag sounds more bonkers.
It is a little bonkers, but it's
I
also
will
like,
share a bowl with you people.
but picture this: it is late November. You live in the Great Plains, Nebraska,
Mm,
whatever. I don't know. Shouts to Nebraska. Um,
yes. Love Nebraska.
like, let's say you are at a foosball game tailgating. A warm Frito pie, that's awesome. Like that's the
No, it
perfect food for something like
no,
that.
it sounds I'm sorry. The combination sounds delicious. My ire is with eating it from the Fritos bag.
But no, but that's the utility of it, right? Because you're at a tailgate, like you want it to be easy. So here, it's
No.
easy and it's yummy and it's warm. It's kind of the perfect thing, just like pizza in a cup.
This
Brand
is
new
why I
pizza
don't
in a
go
cup.
camping. I can't do any of
Oh,
these rogue things you all talk about, eating chili
I
from a bag and pizza in a cup or
look. I've never had
folded.
pizza in a cup, but I would eat the shit out of. Well, I wouldn't anymore because lactose. But I would eat the shit out of some pizza in a cup. I mean, what
Oh,
is it's
try it.
it's it's pasta sauce, it's cheese, melted cheese, it's whatever shit you want to have in your pizza, and just
It
melt it
might
in a cup.
it might be deeper dish depending on the depth of the mug.
You
And
could even,
that's
if you
how
want to elevate that shit, just put some croutons on the top. There's your crust. Pizza in a
I s-
cup.
now you made it even starchier. Like you already had
You,
the crust in there at the bottom.
I don't know if you do. You may just put the crust as croutons on the top.
That
Like
would also
it,
make sense.
yeah, if you're gonna elevate this shit, like dude, if you're gonna do this, get a Michelin star. That's what I'm saying. Pizza in a cup should have a Michelin star.
I call this deconstructed pizza or
Uh-huh.
pizza in a cup.
Pizza in a cup. Yeah, ran the old pizza in a cup, got out of business. Um, all right, what is this the EST of for you?
This is the goofiest rags to riches to rags story.
It really is. Yeah, it's brilliant. Um, this is the first movie that spoke directly to my sensibilities. That's what this is.
Oh,
That's what this is the EST of. Like, because I think I saw this probably just a little before I saw Holy Grail, but I saw both of them within 6 months of each other. Like,
oh, what a great year.
yeah, I mean that's when I discovered what my sense of humor is. You know, it's like, oh,
I
it's
mean,
this. It's the mid 70s. It's the mid to late 70s. That's my sense of humor. Got it.
Monty Python is foundational for me as well because,
Mm-hmm.
like, if I hadn't been in a particular show and been at the cast party where they played that, it would have been a lot longer before I saw it. And like, family was like, "Oh, ew, this movie," and I'm like, "I'll watch it alone." And I'm like, "This is hilarious. How do you not find this funny?" And that's when I knew I was different.
People that you're related to don't like Holy Grail. I mean, my mom wouldn't either, so whatever.
No, Mom and Ashley definitely. Which I'm like, when have you all seen Monty Python?
Yeah.
Have you seen it in passing? And been like, oh, that wouldn't be for me. I think we've established pretty well that I am not like Mom and Ashley.
No,
Um,
I think so. I think we've got that covered.
yeah.
Yeah, I feel it. I tell you what we did though. We have once again proven my theory that everything comes back to Aaron Spelling.
Even the jerk.
Even the jerk like 900 times. All those people.
Good
Love
grief. It did the
it.
most.
Yeah. So join us here next week, Cheesemeisters, on Wednesday when we watch season 4, episode 32, kinda. Mr. Walsh Goes to Washington, part 2. And now is the moment when I tell Leslie what we're going to watch next week. Because
Oh,
because it would have spoiled it to tell her what we're going to watch, even though she guessed it anyway. We're going to watch The Sting.
yay!
Because if I told you we were going to watch The Sting, you would have went, is there someone pulling a long con? And then you would have figured it out. But you figured it out on your own anyway. So but it's better this way, magic. But yeah, we're gonna watch The Sting, which low key might be one of my top 5 favorite movies of all time. Like I love that movie.
Well, you know who I'm gonna love in it.
Have you not seen it?
It's another one of those. I'm pretty sure my mom showed it to me, and I appreciated it because I liked older movies growing up, but I didn't fully like get it. It might be another one that Walter and I watched in the pandemic and hardly remember. I can't wait to watch it from a state of, I don't know, things are still going badly, but like I'm gonna watch it in focus because we're covering it on here, and this is forcing me to remember in a way that nothing else has. So I can't wait. I love them both. I know I love the music in it, and I can't wait to fully remember what the actual Sting is.
Yeah, it is a movie that I couldn't follow it. Like the first few times I saw it, it was just too confusing to me because I was little.
Yeah.
It was a movie my mom liked, and we had on VHS, and I watched it and stuff. Are
there any women
in the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she might be a prostitute, but
well, I almost made the joke. Other than harlots.
No, there's a number of prostitutes in this movie.
When there's card playing.
That's right. There's a lot of shenanigans.
There's sex being offered for money.
But man, this movie's fucking good, and I cannot wait to watch it again. So join us here for that, Cheesemeisters. But until then,
cheers.
Cheers. He hates these cans. Stay away from the cans.